pleasant good evening. Friday, to the 12th day of the month of July. July happens to be the 7th of the year. So it's like sorry about that, but of course, once again, good evening and welcome to Sports Talk right here on Intel Sports on this 12th day of July 2024. But sports, particularly like sports, and of course, that's sports all about and from Liberia. Today, on this 12th day of July, is going to be very interesting. During the of the week, of course, CAF draw came out, and the draw, of course, told us exactly who our opponents will be in the male CAF competition, talking about the CAF Champions League and the CAF Cup. So we now know who our oppositions are, talking about Watanga FC and Pinsville FC, our representatives in this year's CAF competitions. So on the program tonight, we shall be discussing our past performances in these competitions. And we'll also be looking at our chances, looking at the opposition or the opponents we have. Let me say opponents instead of the opponents we have, of course, in this year's competition. We'll be looking at them from Algeria and Cameroon, respectively. And then also coming up tonight, the president and CEO, in fact, of Real Muja, a U4 team in Liberia, of course, will be coming on. In fact, he will be our main guest. St. George's Manuba. He will be on here tonight to tell us more about the U4 side, Real Muja, and of course, they've exported 2 players already to Europe. What are the plans of the club with this? Manu Bala comes on the show as our main guest, coupled with other issues like the District League. We hope to have a representative of District 15 who will be telling about their preparation for the district, their participation in the league. Me is our vice president and our Jeremiah Kmakun that's talking about sports writers, and he's always here. He's one of our co-hosts, and he's none other but Walker, the man who will be doing something great, very, very great in the 2 weeks beginning tomorrow. All right. So, Chris, good.
It's a pleasure being here once more on the program Sports Talk on a into your sports. Like you said, we have a long list of topics to cover on this edition of the program. It is always nice to be here on Sports Talk discussing what matters in football and in sports in Liberia as a whole. Like you said, uh, our two representatives in the CAF competition currently know who they will be facing in this competition. So we have to look at their chances in Liberia, chances look at Liberia CAF. But before then, we will take this break to be right back on the program Sports Talk, only on Into Your Sports. Welcome back to the program Sports Talk on Into Your Sports. Like we said, tonight promises to be very interesting, and we have lots of things to discuss. Children, the platform that, and we'll be discussing representatives in the competition. I don't know how long it has been, but the team that came close to doing that, young controller again, but they lost on penalty that glory. So today, so sorry for that technical having here today. Like I said, we'll be looking at like in competition over the past time down to the group stage. The last team that did so was Barak Young Controller in 2017, sorry, where they came close to going to the group stage but lost on penalty shoot against Pinsville FC and Watar FC own chances of going through. We have our panelists on today's presentation. Yeah, Wesley and we'll be looking at Liberia team chances, Trojan.
So, you have it. Okay, so welcome to it right here. We are very sorry, very sorry to our viewers for the glitches we are having due to some technical issues in studio, but it has been worked on, and we hope we will not have the breaks, unnecessary breaks that we are having. But like we said, it's going to be a long bit of issues that we're going to be discussing this evening. Our teams in the CAF competitions, CAF Cup and CAF Champions League, and as well Real Muja will be discussed. But before we introduce our panelists, of course, if we have Weah Ephraim on right now, he's one of the panelists from Sweden. He can come on. We also have Bill Nuri. Bill Nuri is from he's in Europe as well. He will as well be coming on. And then Tikla Wesley, one of Liberia's leading sports reporter, will be on with us. So will Edwin Boy Dolo. So let's first of all welcome Weah Ephraim, all the way there from Sweden, who is a regular panelist on this program. Weah, good evening.
Good afternoon, children. Good afternoon to everyone watching out there.
All right, we have another person who has come on, one of our panelists from Europe as well. Good evening to you, Bill.
Oh, good evening, children. How are you today? Thank you for making me a part of this dynamic program. Thank you.
All right. So we are still awaiting Tikla Wesley and Edwin Boydolo, who will conclude the team of panelists for tonight's program. And George Manumba will be right here in the studio with us. He's going to be our guest. All of us, including the panelists, will be cross-examining him concerning his Real Muja team. They've exported, if you may, 2 players already to Europe, a very youthful team already in the business of sending players out. What are they really doing to have that magnet attracted to them in such a short time to be exporting players when we've seen teams in Liberia that have existed for many years and they've not Some of them have not sent a single player out. But let's begin with we are Bill. There is the second most you want to say crowd pooling league in Liberia now, or tournament in Liberia now, since the district league after the county league, which is number one, the number one crowd pooling tournament in the country. But we want to ask you guys, let's begin with discussing it. We will have somebody from District 15 coming to tell us about their preparations. Tell us, why do we see people attracted to the District League as compared to the National League? Why is it that you have crowds attending District League games than we see at our regular league games?
Can
Yeah, you want to kick off?
Can the big brother Bill
Okay.
can kick off the
All
discussion?
right, Bill, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Trojan. How are you,
Grace?
my dear brother Harris? How are you doing today? Listen, what you get a question from you, Trojan. I've been hearing a lot of people saying that we need or decentralize our national league to the counties. So when you're talking about district league, the people in those districts will always support their team from their districts. So it's almost like we're not preaching politics. It's almost like having the election for a representative or a senator of certain districts, etc., and etc. So at the end of the day, it bounds back to the county league, where if you're having a county team to be a first division team in your league, the people from those counties will always support their team from the region or from their counties. I think that what makes the momentum is a little bit higher than the national league. Thank you.
All right, we are.
The district league identity. You know, football is identity. It's about identity. Okay, so people they see the district team, that's their identity. They will show up to support. So if you look at Europe, look at let's say England, you get Manchester, you get Liverpool, Southampton, Blackburn, Chelsea, go to Italy. All the big teams are named after cities. Go to Spain, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Espanyol, go to France, Bordeaux, Paris Saint-Germain, Paris FC, Germany, Borussia Dortmund. Liberia, until Liberia can stop working anti-clockwise, it's the only way we'll make progress. The FA in Liberia and the national government, they need to sit down and provide more education about community ownership. Children, check the European teams. They've been around since 1922, 1914, 1897, 1888. People that started the teams dead and gone long time, but they passed it over. 500 years from now, you see Barcelona. 500 years from now, you see Real Madrid. Why? Owned by the people. The people will support district team more than a club team. So let's look across Liberia. Show me one county that owns a football club that plays in the Liberian League. One district that owns a football club that plays in the Liberian League.
But we have teams that bears county names or community names. Gardnersville FC, for example, Nima FC, for example, Nima Kwado, Nima United. Those teams are bearing an entire county name.
Children bearing the name and taking responsibility are two different things.
Barnaville FC. Show me the leadership of Barnaville FC.
Gardnersville FC is owned by the senator of Montserrado County.
So when Joseph can decide to relocate to Looking Town tomorrow, it's not part of the people. and the people of Ghana with FC say, listen, today we want the president to leave. When last Ghana with FC went to an election? When last Nima Kwado went to an election? So teams are owned by individuals like Nima United, Adolfo Dodo. Nima United playing all the way in Barkley and Nima County. No. So we need to sit down and say, listen, we are working against ourselves. We've seen it. And listen, district league, county league, people are supporting this. All we need to do, put a lot of education, educate our towns and villages, the town chief, district representative or superintendent, bring them together and educate them about sports club. So what is a sports club? A sports club is a club with the basketball, football, table tennis. So right now in Liberia, we get basketball, we have football, we have handball. Let's establish it. Let's try for the next 10 years. When one team succeed, the rest will follow. You look 5 towns on a football club, 10 towns, 15. You know, that's how we just multiply and like a football chain.
But Ephraim, you are saying something that is, when they say, so much unique to the Western world. Coming back home, you have Freeport FC, the likes of other clubs in Liberia. If you want to do that, how do these clubs fit into society or the various districts to have that ownership of the people? Is it about the club or the people themselves saying, we want a third division team, we want a second division team, or we need a first division team to be named after District 10 or District 7?
It starts from the FA and the government registration. So how do you register a football club? That's the first question. We need procedure. What you need, for example, I live in Sweden for like 11 years now. If you want to start a football club, you need to find an identity. That would be a township, little town, village, and you name it, and you register that organization. You process the organization number. Before you participate in the league, you need to meet requirements, standards. Your president, how are they elected? Who owns the club? There's a law in Sweden called the 51% rule. 51% of the club belongs to the members. So today, if they stand up and say John need to go, he will go. Check it out. 51% rules. In Germany, go to Spain, you'll find it. England, you see why the English people blocked Chelsea and made a decision based without I was spending all the millions, right? They made a decision. Newcastle, the English government made a decision before the Saudi Arabian investment came in. So we need to understand how. The first question: how to establish a football club. So, like, anybody can establish a football club.
Hold you there. I beg you. I'm sorry. We got to hold you there. We'll have the discussion for a long time after the others have come on. But I want all of us now to, of course, introduce St. George's. Once we are done with that, and then we can continue. But I think I'm being told that he's not ready to come on yet. All right. So we're taking a break, a very, very short break, to just do one or two things in the back end, and then we'll come back, and then we'll all talk to Real Muja CEO, and so he tell us the little tricks he's working out there. And once all of our panelists join us, we will be talking about the participation of our club teams in this year's CAF competitions, talking about Watanga and Pinsville FC. Let's take this short break. We'll be right back. Again, we are very sorry, and we say thanks to our team of panelists for the patience. All of these things. Thanks to Bill, thanks to we are still waiting. Okay, I think that's
Tikla Wesley.
Tikla, welcome. You're just in time so that we can start talking to Rio Munja CEO. But let me say welcome to you, Tikla Wesley.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right. Before we go to the CEO, I just like to, because this thing, even our followers are very patient. The entire Liberia National Football Fan Base Association is following this program. Its president, Herald B. Johnson, is following. Of course, Tiako Morris, all the way from India, is also following. J. Edwin S. Colley, want to recognize you people, and we say thanks for following. Princess Momodo, also following is James S. Tuli, David Sakama, Peter, Amanta, Nehemiah is following as well. So let's now welcome. We say share the live so that others can, follow the talk on Liberian sports for that matter. So let's welcome Georges Manoa. How are you, great man?
Very well. Thank you guys so much for having me. I mean, it's an honor to be here.
I see you looking good. Like always.
I always looking good, but I want to say Alhamdulillah. Thanks to the Almighty Allah for His blessing. And then,
Why black?
come again?
Why all over black? Create.
Well, black is a symbol of royalty anyway.
He's
So
wearing black and asking you why.
No, he needs to tell me why he's wearing black, and I will tell him why I am.
okay, you're saying black anyway. But I mean, I just been a normal Friday evening. So
And then with Ria Moja, when they were Moravia Football Academy, black used to be part of the quarter, so he's accustomed to black.
no. So Moravia Football Academy were red, white, and blue.
Okay.
It was later on when the league team came about. But yeah, I mean, Rio is black. Rio have black in the color. I think as unveiled the official Rio Moja color is gold, red, and black.
I see why you're in black.
Okay. In any case, good guys wear black.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us a bit of history about Rio Muja. I mean, Muja. That name is, sounds. The folks who want to know the definition of
It's from Kidman.
Muja.
It's
I
from
know
Kidman.
that I'm asking questions for the audience. So, Rio Muja. Just give us a bit of history and tell us the definition of Muja.
Right, and I'm always excited to talk about it because Moja means a law, and Moja in Va in our local vernacular means our home, and right from where Moja came about, we start to tell the story, and Moja itself make people understand why it's a home for hope, Look at where, the situation, how I was able to raise these kids with not thinking about anything happening. I just stood on my feet, held my head up high with the hope that we can be able to transform the life of these kids who came from all those challenging environment, background, and what I feel. So their home have given birth to them in a very better environment.
Okay, Muja. The Tana Muja going back home. All right. So, what kids are you working with? I mean, tell us. Do the kids have to meet a particular criteria? What kind of kids are you working with? Tell us the age range. Where do you start from? At what age do you not take players?
Children, I think before we go there, 1 minute, which division Ria Monja is in? Because I know you have both boys and girls. So, what's the level of Ria Monja now? Before we talk about
Great. So to the Rio Ronaldo, before I come to you, Rio is, I mean, a total different football institution.
Okay.
So right now, we have the Rio Mondial Football Academy that's going to be officially launched the end of September. We're recruiting 12 kids. It's got a complete football institution.
Okay.
Tall and brilliant kids, exceptional talent, kids that will show their athleticism, okay, and good students, okay, good moral, all right, and then we go for and both boys and girls, and then we also look for the kids that the parents want to make sure to see them at the top level in football, because over the time we have built a unique relationship with some of the giant clubs in the world. I will be telling you that in more details. So one of my partners are knocking on our door for us to make sure we have the best talent. I think you guys know that there was a 16-year-old kid that was scouted in South Sudan, played with South Sudan national team. I have a group of partners that are working with him, and then they believe that definitely that talent can be scouted here. So we are looking for that kind of talent. And to Chris' question, Rio is in the 3rd division at the male level. But the female, of course, we're the number 3 team in Liberia, one of the best teams in Africa. Sorry to say, it's not a brag. But Senegalese general, they call Jessica Kwashi the woman Messi. I mean, we didn't ask him to do that. He said that, and literally showing up. So, I mean, there's something out there for the world to see, and I'm very happy that we'll be able to make that progress with God's blessings.
Okay, you've spoken about that, and Bill, Tikla, and Ephraim, if you have any concerns you want to share with him or you want to ask him, you guys can.
I think Bill wanted to ask a question.
All right, Bill, let's go ahead.
Up.
Okay, thank you, children. How are you, my friend and brother? Is this Chris Walker?
Yes.
Okay, Chris Walker, I'm a Liberian, live in Switzerland. I'm a FIFA agent, an international match agent as well.
I think that question should be going to Georges. All right.
Okay. Who is the person that was just talking that scattered a 16-year-old player that is for Sweden?
It's Sekou Monuba, former Liberian international, who play in Oman and play for the national team, FPRC, others, and the likes.
Okay. Okay. The player in question, the 16-year-old player, I just want to be a little bit curious. The 16-year-old player scouted, he's in South Sudan, or where is he?
No, the players I was making reference to is a South Sudanese. And I was like, these are the kind of talents some of my partners around the world are hoping that we can see. But then there's a clear evidence that we will have more of that, even more of that 16-year-old here in Liberia. They've been following Emmanuel C. Araji, Samokai, and Jessica Kwashi, Leo Zina. So they're very sure there will be more of that kind of talent here in Liberia.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, well understood. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead, children. I understood it.
Okay. So tell us about the progress. A 3rd division team like yours. Tell us about the progress you've made.
Well, a lot. Again, I want to be grateful to God Almighty for the strength and everything put in place. There have been some great success, and we're still making progress with the help. The female team ended up third in the Liberia Upper Women League. Was that one great progress to point our ends to. And no hidden secret. Over the time, we were able to lure Emmanuel C. to Watanga. Become the top scorer in a giant team, the champion of Liberia. That's some of the guys.
Emmanuel C. is your product.
Yes.
I think he's still part of Rio Mondial.
It's Rio Mondial player. It's Rio Mondial player, 100%. And, you know, I mean, a few days ago, you all saw the news. We broke the news. Foley and Araji Samuka signed a giant deal in Denmark or AC Housing. Jessica Kwashi have taken a short loan to play in the CAF Champion Women competition. So, I mean, and Real Mundial, we're getting prepared for the coming season. Not a lot of progress. We just putting
Judges. Emmanuel Sie, Emmanuel Fode, going to Watanga at the beginning of last season. You took them there. How they ended the season? Was it something you expected, or they overplay your expectation?
I think they could even do more than what they did. It was a new environment, so they were taking the time to adjust. I was not surprised, and I believe that they can do it even more. You saw San Vasco Smoke, a giant who could face and fight anything. Now Leo Zinan. I mean, to complete the answer to that question, those guys were well raised. I put my energy, my efforts, everything that I had into their development. So seeing them perform to that level, it's crystal clear. I mean, they fit in, they can work. I mean, the time coming, you and I will watch. I mean, and Liberia will get to see how.
Where does passion come from, and where do you get support from with these kids? Because grassroots football is cost intensive. Having these kids into a league, you are not getting subsidy from the Liberia Football Association, but you're getting for your female team. So having these players and keeping them onto you, where do you get support from, and where this passion come from?
Interesting when you say where the passion come from. I mean, I was born into football, and then my late father, may his soul rest in peace, I mean, kept motivating me, giving me all of the energy, being positive to make sure that I can be able to fulfill dreams, mine and others. And so when I was a player, the only thing I always hoped for is to see how I can impact society from, I mean, in my capacity as a footballer, former, or in whatever way I can do it. So that kept my energy going. That kept me positive, and that kept me the passion. And in terms of how fundings come about to Real, I keep fetching out there, asking people, and then I mean, allocating as much as I can, But I always want to be grateful to all of the parents of these kids, for the level of confidence, the trust, the support they give me morally, the prayers, these are things that keep me going, keep the entire team going. I mean, it's not an easy thing, like you said. It's 75 kids, schools, clothing. I do literally everything. So it's cost intensity. I mean, you saw them grow, you saw me raise them. So you're a witness and you're part of this.
Okay. Tell us, 2 kids. You say they've signed big deal, gone to Denmark, and we are Ephraim and like to come in from there because I think he has some idea of how things work on that side. But
Sure.
Tell us about the deal.
Well, I mean, it's a good one for the kids, for their family, for Real. I mean, it's a very good one. We are excited.
What are they going on? Loan? Is it a permanent deal?
They have a deal, but there's a clause there. But it's a deal. They have a deal, and we have to make sure that they keep their heads up. That's it.
What's
The length of that deal.
It's a 4-year deal.
4 years.
Yeah.
So what's the club?
AC Housing.
AC Austin. Of course, we are you on that side. course, Bill is there. Tikla Wesley is one person who follows and reports football or sports for that matter religiously. What do you think about the deal? We have these young kids going to Denmark from Real Mucha.
Yeah, want to say hi to the man Darling. If you just hearing this name, Darling is the man name from down the line. The first guy to give me a football boost far back, many years ago. That judges where they came from. This same sweetie after they got their cup. So that's my friend and brother over there. But last year I witnessed a trial and I was there writing the names of the players. But then that trial gave me a new idea about Liberian football and opened my eyes to something, the value regards to IQ. So if you look at Real Muja, players on that team, they play with very high IQ. And in football, it's what the people buy. If you look at Lamine that plays for Barcelona, his IQ is very high. You look at Alfonso Davis from Canada, high IQ. So it tells you that if you want to make money from football, it's about getting the right players with the right attitude and the right IQ. So George has been working hard over the years, and I think this is his time. I always tell him sometime I write to him and say next millionaire because I do believe he will become a millionaire for what he's doing. And the step forward to Denmark for those kids, amazing. I'll be there in September to watch the game, and first game I want to look at the first 10 games in the season before I can make the trip. But I believe that every team in Liberia, they need to look at the Real Muja system. It's about high IQ. They will play there in that tournament. I won them, so I may judge it out of record. But I keep scratching my man. That tournament is for the kids. I use T-Bear against them, But I think Liberian teams, they need to open their eyes to IQ, football IQ.
Okay.
We sell players with high IQ.
Let's hear Tikla on the kids' move to Denmark.
First of all, let me congratulate judges on the move. I think it's something I've been lacking from Liberian football, seeing our youth players go. And before I go into it, I think it's a wake-up call to our national government, because if you look at the kids that are part of the AC Horsens team today, they were part of that National Youth 17 team. The National Youth 17 program, it helped build them a lot, added to what they've been learning from Real Muja. They had international experiences playing in Austria, playing international friendlies. So Georgia's been doing a very good work. I've been following for a very, very long time. And looking at Denmark, Sweden, Norway, that's a developmental league for young players. And looking at the kind of player that travel over there, Alade Samuka, Emmanuel Fuller, one of the best left back in the country last season in the local league. I think it's a step in the right direction because the mentality is already there. The mentality is already there. So progress within a few years to come from the Danish league. I see progress.
That's great. Let's hear the thoughts of Bill.
Yeah, I would want to say big thanks to Georges, who happen to be my good friend. I know him good, he get the passion. We told me about a few of these players, and I think I came for the Storm as well, and I know what the players in Liberia can do, Well, just a quick one. I was just looking at the tournament in Finland. I want to suggest something, Judges. I want you to form more strikers. We don't have more strikers in our youth teams. You got two offensive midfielders. I was just looking at the team, Black Men Warrior in the Finland youth tournament right now going on. And the Black Men Warrior team got a lot of good offensive players. And you, as passionate, I want you to please look at that side to form a lot of good strikers. And what I would tell you, please talk to most of the coaches in Liberia to give priority to the top players, 16 years old, 2 feet already. You gotta give priority to them because we don't have top players like George Weah, the leg of George Weah, the leg of Salensa, and they begin to go I got
Langford,
Ronaldinho, you know, that
Dion.
kind of height.
Yeah.
We got some short players. But anyway, big up to you, the judges, as I always call you, 6'8". Keep on doing your thing. And thank you, Trojan.
Okay. All right. So, John, just quickly, we will just hold you a bit, and then go into the other discussion with the panelists. If you can chime in, you can chime in because we want to talk, about the teams, the teams that we want to be facing in the CAF Champions League and CAF Cup. Those are our opponents now for both Patanga and Peace FC. Let me start up with Tikla Wesley. Our champion teams, in fact, our clubs, have not been doing well at all. When we were doing the intro, Chris said it was since 2017 when BYC almost made it across the line. And now we are against club from Algeria and then Fovu
From Cameroon.
from Cameroon. And these are decent clubs. We were checking, and of course, the team from Algeria is one of the oldest clubs in Algeria. I mean, something like 122 years old. Can you imagine that? I mean, 102 years old. Can you imagine that? I thought that's a very old club, and they've got history. So, what are our chances going against these clubs? What must we do? Each of you will have 3 minutes to just go around. And what must we do this time around? Beginning with you, Tikla Wesley, with our two clubs going out in Algeria and Cameroon, respectively.
Children, thanks again. And if we are going to be very honest with ourselves, I think in the last 10 years, including that BYC team that almost qualified, I honestly believe that there has been no Liberian team that is ready for international competition. I'm being honest.
Why do you say so?
I'm being very honest. There has been no Liberian team that is ready for international competition, especially the CAF Champions League. Let's look at the CAF Champions League. If you've been following the CAF Champions League, look at teams that have been dominating the competition. They don't joke with investment in players. They don't joke with it. It is one thing that is pushing teams in the Champions League. No disrespect to Liberian footballers. I always tell Liberian stakeholders, to build a very strong team, you need quality foreign players. You need strong quality foreign players. In the absence of that, no disrespect to Liberian coaches, no disrespect to Liberian players. In the absence of that, we will always participate. Liberian clubs will continue to participate. Look at Watanga, they are going against US and Algiers. Even though we have the belief in Liberia that football, anything is possible, that's our belief. But therefore, I believe football is preparation. If you look at US and Algeria, since they won the league in 2010, they failed to win the league and they started building this current team from 2024 years ago. The current team they're having, they started building it 4 years ago. I was reading our history when the draw was made. They won the league 2010, they failed 2011, 2012, up to 2023. They failed. And then they started building this current team 4 years ago. Who are the players they brought? They brought in, if you know this guy who used to play in the French League One, Yusuf Belali, on a Nigerian international. They brought him. They brought this guy who played in the AFCON. He was playing for Wydad. He's a defensive midfielder. They call him, I think, Zakiri. They brought in Zakiri. So the current MC Algeria team, they started playing it 4 years ago. Go and look at the team. Go and see the way the team is playing. Now that the construction of the team has come together, they won the league this year. So, looking at Watanga chances against them, it's going to be, I would say, all 100%. Maybe I would say 1%. Because I don't think
1%.
Yes,
Tikla.
I say 1.
Tikla.
Yeah, I say
1.
Yes, I'm being honest.
Why do you say one? Our team,
I
we have,
think we gotta go back because of time, so that all of them
yeah.
go.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. We have the mind that anything is possible. For me at default, if you look at the MC Ojo team, Trojan, let's be honest. We had our national team that played against Ojiwa home-based team. You can remember that game. We lost Hammer 5-1. I didn't say Ojiwa national team. They collected players from in the local league to play against our national team. We lost 5-1. And we're talking about the MC Ojo team that having currently 4 Nigerian internationals. From 2020 to 2024, I was checking on transfer market. For 3 million in transferring players within the squad. So they've been building that team for this moment. They are having players that Ifran was saying, the IQ. No disrespect to our players, but the MC Ojo team is a team that they've been building long time since 2010. In 14 years, they started building that team to compete with the leg of Al Ali, the leg of Zamalek, the leg of Widal, the leg of Mamelodi Sundowns. So in Liberia, until we can prioritize investing into our squad, until we can prioritize investing within our squad, we will continue to participate.
Okay.
Maybe I'm coming. Maybe after this competition, if our club learn a lesson, they will do the investment and they will compete in the 2024-2025 competition.
Okay, just
Let's go to
let me
Ephraim.
know before we get to Ephraim, in just maybe 5-6 seconds or under 10 seconds. How about the debutants, FC Pizwe FC going to Cameroon against Vovo?
For me, the club in Cameroon, FC Club de Vovo, they have no history in CAF Confederation Cup. They have absolutely no history. The last time they played was around 2001. They failed across the group stage. And if we're looking at teams in Cameroon, they haven't been one of those performing teams in Cameroon in the CAF competition. But again, the level of football between Cameroon and Liberia, it is far apart. Even though the Cameroonian teams haven't been doing well in CAF competition, but the level of football is far apart. So it comes down to mentality. For me, I feel it comes down to mentality. How are we going to play against them? If you look at our league, I'm not degrading the league badly, but if you look at our leagues, one of the best players in the last 2 seasons, the Sierra Leone striker, how they call him, Doumbia. Doumbia was a second-tier player in the Sierra Leone. He played 6 Premier League games before coming to Liberia. In his debut season, he dominated our league. His second season with Beer Martin, again, he dominated our league. It tells you the level of our league.
Okay. All right,
that of
Tikla.
Cameroon is way above. So for the club that Prince FC is facing, they are almost like the same. Prince FC has no experience. The clubs in Cameroon they are going against has no experience. So it will just come down to mentality. The team with the better mentality will pass to the next round.
Okay, let's go to Bill, and then Bill, you also have to take 3 minutes because of time. We have to manage your time now. So, Bill.
Yeah, don't worry. Children, I just want to. I will take maybe a minute or 30 seconds. Yeah, Tikla, I listened to what you just said. But you know, if we got our league right, our league is substandard. I would say it's great. But what you just said, I will also encourage the kids that are going to play. As a coach, it depends on the mentality of the coach, and you have to impact it into your players. You do with what you got. You have to do with what you got. So at the end of the day, you sounded like Josiah Johnson when Liberia went to play against Nigeria in those days, where you talk about Sigo Otibami and frightening those our defenders and stuff. But what I want to say is to encourage the kids as regards to fitness, play the game from the first minute of the game to the last minute. Anybody that is tired, you get people on the bench to replace them. And I feel that this game is a running game. You should be able to resist the game as regards to the game time. Those guys over there, the league is diversified. I know it, but the situation remains that you can't be on the panel right now and the kids are listening to you
I
to
was just
discourage
being
it.
honest.
Look, I think he's just being real. He's doing his job as a journalist, but just being real that we don't have a chance. So he start speaking as a patriotic Liberian. He's speaking as a journalist.
Yeah, okay. I know that our league is sustained, but the situation remains that we are going there. We can't dress back. We can't do what you have to do right now. Encourage the players. Go to those that are going to run that are going to run as administrators tomorrow. We try to put in more money to our leagues, get more preparation, get more foreign players to make our league diversify. But right now, we are at the front to meet those teams that are in front of us. We can't dress back. Tigla, I want to say you.
Let's hear Ephraim. Let's hear you.
Yeah, we got to manage the time. Go ahead, Ephraim.
Let's hear you, Ephraim.
Yeah, I think in Liberia it's difficult to tell Liberian people the truth and big respect to Clark telling Liberian teams. Okay, the game with MC Orges right now, that team is far ahead of it in terms of fitness. They just played the Algerian Cup, I think I can just check it right here, on the 5th of July.
They were defeated.
Yeah, 1-0. They will not break training until next month. They've been playing games. The league ended on the 14th of June. Far ahead of us, ahead of Watanga when it comes to fitness. And then let's look at their team. That team is well built. They played 30 games. They scored 55 goals, conceded I think 20. Watanga played 26. So that when it comes to football, we need to tell our Liberian team that Bill said, the class said, Algerians, they run. I watched that game with their under 23 Lone Star. Bro. So Watanga now they need to learn how to play against a running team. And the only way you can stop a team from running, you need to keep the ball. We saw Watanga when they played that team from Bamako last year in Monrovia. I watched that game.
Steady Malian.
Yeah, failed to keep the ball. Lost control of the game. The same thing with Les Cavs, it lost control. So the Liberian football is completely different from North African football. Right now, we need to be looking at Watanga preparation. Are they running? How many scrum teams are they playing? Because they will play in Monrovia first game. The Algerians, they know when you look at it from the performance analyst point, I will tell you that listen, in Liberia, the Algerian team chances of winning 98%. Why? They are fit right now. They've been together. For Watanga been on break since May. Watanga just resumed training section. How many
Watanga just
Watanga playing?
They struggle.
How many scrum teams are they playing to test their strength? Emmanuel C, a good center forward, but we need to test Emmanuel C. Emmanuel C being the Liberian League, national team level. We saw the game with the Sierra Leoneans when the Sierra Leone under 17 or under 20 teams.
Under 20.
Listening, very angry with Liberia. We saw how they kept Emmanuel C off for maybe two games. So we need to go out there with one. You'll talk about the coach, but if they are not running, they will struggle. I love Watanga, but if they cannot run and they cannot maintain a running team, they will struggle in Monrovia.
Okay. I want to hear the thoughts of Georges on this quickly. Georges, just 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure. So I've heard all of my fellow colleagues, but then the truth is, be it Tigla say the truth to please Painesville or Watanga, or he says something else that will get them sad, it will not change the reality or the result. We need to work hard. No hidden secret. Our football is behind. So when you're in a competition or in a Zoom way, these kind of thing, it requires a real top level preparation. Take for instance, the women under 17 World Cup competition, qualifiers. I mean, facing Senegal, Nigeria. We play here with Nigeria. There was no friendly match. They were just from friendly matches with the US, Germany, Australia. Very fit, very, very. I mean, God being good, we were able to fight our way, reduce score. We got to Abuja after we saw the things that we need to work on. We got, let's go. We conceded 2 goals. We have to keep the kids in camp, 14 days, thanks to the Liberal Football Association for the support. So if these teams not getting that adequate preparation, we can expect the result to be fair. So I wouldn't say Tikla is trying to hurt anybody, but nothing will change the result if we don't work hard. We need to bring football to the good level. Sorry, I know I'm taking some time, but see the other people around us. If you go to Bull Rangers now, they got an arena, they're ready. I was there a few days. I'm going back a few days.
But do you have a player that going to Bull Rangers?
We were trying to negotiate something, from my other group of partners, but I have to change my mind. But the guy is ready. He's super ready. Bull Ranger, the level is high. I hope we can look at it from the perspective. I'm praying that Real Monja can bring that.
Okay, let's make another round. This time around, we're still talking about our teams, and because here we are, and the picture that almost everyone has painted seems to be gloom, very, very gloom relative to our chances. And we've been out of it, in and out, year in, year out. But it seems like we keep doing the same thing over and over, but expecting a different result. All right? So, guys, let's go around again. And what is actually that thing that is missing, not just from the teams that we participate in, but from our football, that doesn't seem to be catching? Like the others are making the progress, and then I will pretend I don't know because you guys are the panelists. So tell us, what are we really missing? What is it? Is it deliberate? Is it because we really do not have it to spend, or are we being stingy to ourselves? Is it a don't care attitude at all?
Children, if you don't put Tobogi, you get Tobogi or you put no more what that I like. So Liberian football, there's one thing we keep hoping maybe we'll perform. No. We need to sit down. I keep saying anything. Pinsway FC, Watara FC, Heaven 11, they need to come together and form one team for that Pinsway City. Instead of spending thousands of dollars on 90 players, put that money to 30 players. Then finally, exceptional players from Pinsway, young guys, put them together, 10 years project, 15 years project. Look ahead. Until we start building generational football clubs, we're not rushing to go anywhere. Only we will compete. Because how many teams in Liberia can bring 5 Ghanaians now? 5 Sierra Leoneans. Bring 5 Ivorians into the league. They will see competition. But we just, maybe we'll win, maybe we'll not win. Look, last year, I love Watanga FC. I love Andy Kwame. Look, last year, we got on a bus from Monrovia to Mali. You can't win. Impossible. You know what? Joking the best was the bus.
From Mali to Monrovia Brewers.
They were squeeze up, squeeze.
You win. You win. It's not possible. We saw the Malian team. They flew in with the army plane. After the game, they got on the army plane back to Mali. So we need to look at football as I said, what is football and how to make profit from football. George's teams is in Division 3 because he can afford Division 3.
All right. Let's talk to Bill and then we'll go to Tikla.
Yeah, children, let me just come in. DJ Sporting is right. We need motivation into football. in Europe, motivation is money. If you don't have it, put yourself a preparation, that money. Bringing in foreign players, that money. You have to pay them. Everything boils down to money. We don't have money, forget it. I said something the other time, but people, people, when you said DJ Sporting is a good thing, they should get together to form a team, but everybody wants to take the credit. For them to do it, it will not be easy. We should be having 2-3 real academies in Liberia. Everybody join together to fix 2-3 academies. They will not do it. Everybody want to get the profit and the name up. Again, I said one thing to them. If the Liberian Football Association president and the youth sport minister get together, relate to the president of the Republic of Liberia, for them to be able to talk to all companies in Liberia to get 0.5% of their yearly income to sports in Liberia. It will be something great for us in Liberia. We want to develop football in the country. I'm saying it. I'm not saying it because I'm crazy, but I know what football can do. Football can bring in money in the country. So at the end of the day, they should be able to join together, the youth sport minister, the president of the federation, do a letter to the president, and meet the president. President do a veto power to all the companies in the country to get 0.5% of the income of the year, the budget, the total budget of sports in the country. And down we say from there, we can be able to hire foreign players from West Africa and other countries and pay them $300. They will run for it. Thank you.
Tika, let's hear you.
Children,
Keep listening.
for us to develop football in this country, for me, I think the very first thing we need to accept, we need to make football a priority. 2, we need to understand football is business. For me, I've been following around football for almost 20 years, and then I've been reporting for like 11, 12 years. I'm being very honest again. I haven't seen a Liberian team that understands that accepts that football is business. Because we have been understood that football is business, we continue to do the same thing over and over. Bill is talking about money. I can tell you for free in this country, there are 5 clubs. I will leave that topic for another day. There are 5 clubs in Liberia that can match the level of Royal AC, that can match the level of Bull Rangers, that can match the level of Accra House of Oak. There are 5 teams. The only reason they are not matching this level is simple, because football is not a priority. If you walk down, I know how you call it the Freeport side across. It's on Freeport fence, the gateway to Liberian economy. Children, if you want to be honest here, you want to tell me the National Port Authority FC cannot be at the level of Royal AC in this country?
People owe their players. They terminate the contracts of players after they have 1 year, 6 months, and say they want to rebrand the team so the players should go free. So how do you a team of such?
As I was saying something, in Liberia has never been our priority. We only into football because we want to have fun. There are clubs in this country that I can tell you they are capable of matching Bull Rangers. I heard Coach George Monaba talking about Bull Rangers. I was in Bull Rangers. I'm supposed to go there this year to run a project with Bull Rangers president on an overview over his project. We have teams in Liberia that can match Bull Rangers and go above Bull Rangers. We have teams in Liberia that can go above Royal AC. Look at Royal Sports Complex. Recently, I shared how they have developed. So I think what's lacking for us in Liberia is that we have to make football a priority. We have to understand football is business. As long as we cannot make football a priority, we don't want to understand it is business. We will continue to have fun as I've been having fun since football came in Liberia. I've been very honest.
Let's hear
Let's hear from
George.
Georges.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all with guys, but way forward to develop football. First of all, the passion. I mean, we need to get those people that see football as their lives. And, you know, and I will use myself as an example. I'm not flying flag, but I put in my all. I'm giving it everything. And, you know, I don't jeopardize my kids, the team, real me my foot, real me my hands. And, you know, so we need to have people with passion. And I hope Bill talking about the Minister of Sports and the FA president soliciting funding, I mean, from government. It's a different ball game, and, you know, and I'm not sure government can say they will give money to individual teams. It's a supposed budget that go to the national legislation. So, but what we need is people who will have that high level passion. We saw Mr. Salif, who all of us know, were coming to
Could it be matched?
were coming to BYC Park every morning. He had no other thing to do but to come and watch the team play. That alone means he have to work. These are the people, or this is the man that put his money into it. He's here to see us grow. I'm the coach, Ariel Moja, me being the owner. I'm there 24/7. I'm the parent to those guys. I'm going to the houses of the day to day. Anybody tell you say Emmanuel is out at night? There's a law. When you go out, you get 50 blinking latches. I'm on this. Like, I'm not just saying at home and calling the mom, oh, is Emmanuel still? No. I'm out looking for them. I'm in the schools making sure the school the right grades. I'm out there making sure they put the best moral at this. So we need people with that passion. You know, to grow football is easy. Talents are here. Talents are here. And like you rightly said, it's one of the easy ways for us to grow our economies. Trust me, I will tell you more. I mean, it's something that we need to put our altar.
Georges,
Fine discussion this evening. Yeah, go ahead. I think we have time enough to just one more round.
Yeah.
So now,
Yeah.
Trojan.
Yes. Yeah,
Sorry,
Bill, go ahead.
Sorry. Just give me 30 seconds. I understood our brother that just came up and said we're having fun with football. When you got the money and get a project plan, you know football is not fun. You having the money with a plan is another ball game. But if you get a project plan, a project with the money, you can do a lot in football. That's one. Judges, I will make you to understand. You said the government. I did not say the government. The president and the president of the federation, the minister of youth and sport goes to the president of the Republic of Liberia to make it as a veto power to go to the companies, those that are taking money out of the country, to be sponsors and give 0.5% of the total sum at the end of the year to sports. And then you put somebody to edit them, and then for them to give report. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me hold Bill over there. You know, you see, football. They got people that went to school for, let's say, 5 years to study sports management. Sports management, 5 years. Got sports science and do sports business, sports marketing. For football to develop in Liberia, like George said, one, we need to find talent. Find the talent. Clear cut, Liberia filled with a lot of exceptional talents. How can we develop talent now? We need to find the money. How can we find this money? We need to find a project. So if we go to government and say, Minister of Youth and Sports, my man, that made every commander to pay up money. The next government kind of swap that thing around. What happened going back to zero, right? We need a long-term project. Like we are Moja right now. What George is thinking now? George is, if you go back 5 years ago, George was not thinking like that, because now George is around possible 500,000 on developer compensation, possible 800,000. So his level of thinking, the way he will look at players, different. So we need to understand and ask ourselves, what is football and what is football business? until we can define and establish what is football basis, how to find funding. Right now, judges can credit against Samoka and for the transfer. He can credit $100,000. He can credit $200,000 because he know AFC Horsey know there is no way they will not make profit. Imagine a Danish man would leave from Denmark, all the talents in Denmark, go all the way to Liberia, pick up 2 kids, bring them to Denmark. They just renew George's mind. So we need to look at football. The first thing we need to find talent and put passion to work. Money will come when people start to see us as serious group of people. Then they will put me money.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think we have
judges.
just time enough to just go around.
We don't
now
have
with
time.
our
But let's
comments.
look at judges, your team, Ria Moja. What do you have in plan for the new season? Now, your players are leaving you, going to Europe. What plans do you have for next season in replacing them? How do you intend getting players? Like you said, you are launching this Ria Moja Academy in September. You are looking for height. So what plans do you have preparation for next season? You in a tier in a league, the female league. What plans do you have?
So I've already started working my way around, spoke with my team, my scouting director, Adakwa Manaba Jr., and the rest of the team. We started to identify some amazing talents, and that will definitely fill in. Our male team, I can tell you, come this year, we're definitely going to come to the playoff, and then hopefully qualify for the second division. The female team, as you are aware, we just signed Tefin Cloud. There will be 2 for the first time. There will be 2 foreign players joining. They're in Japan right now with the Ghanaian national team. And I wanted to be silent on it for now. And then we put in a lot of good things in place. Yeah, but we put in all the things in place to see how best we can. I mean, and then I'm hopefully expecting some potential partnership, along the way from here in Liberia that we can make real.
What's the target for this team or this institution in the next 2 or 3 years? Where do you hope to see Ria Moja as an institution? Because you just one team in Liberia that has a female and a male team with the same name. Like other teams, I don't know if we have team to say FPRC female and male team.
Well, so much. Like, my daughter Anoita turned 10 in July, and every time she would be like, "Daddy, I hope you're keeping my team." So the hope is to see Ria Moja and me and the rest of the family grow, and then we can point our hands to it. So we have a dream for it beyond 50 years, and where it can turn to Ria Moja Football Institution and then Ria Moja Football Factory. There's a whole lot of plans, and we hope to see it very long and sustainable for the rest.
All right, quickly we go around the table. Let's start up with you, Wia, and then we'll close up with Bill. Your parting comments for today, quickly.
Just want to say thanks to you guys, and at least judges highlighted my biggest term for the last 3 years. Height. I said the same thing to Black Men Warrior as their secretary. I said why people brought a lot of short players to Finland to play football when you should be thinking about height and IQ, because that's why you sell height and IQ. So I'm so happy that Georgia is helping Liberians to understand height plays a major role, and IQ, that's it, the thumbs up to them. And Liberians should not be shocked when the Finnish people write about Black Men Warrior, because they are angry. Black Men Warrior brought a lot of old age players. You see, they are not highlighting Black Men Warrior success because they feel that the team overage for that tournament. But shout out to the men judges, shout out to you guys, and Bill, man, coming to see
That's
man, coming to
news.
watch Emmanuel. Ernest, hopefully in November I'll be there to watch his game in Switzerland. Yeah, thank you.
All right, Bill. Bill, you with us?
Okay, yeah, okay. You can hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just for the fun part. Georges, you're talking like you're spending some money already because your voice, your tune tonight.
Money on the way.
So I want us to motivate our players. We know our league is substanding up. We know we're talking the truth, but now we're standing. We still have to motivate our players. You guys will be talking the truth. And the next one here is Georges. I got a top player for you. He's already 16 and a half years old. He's 2 feet already. So I will give you his number and you can check on him in Liberia. Jordan, shout out to you guys. I'm always open whenever we want to discuss football matters. Thank you. Big up to you guys.
How soon do we expect to have the diaspora tournament?
That's in December.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, thank you, man. Thank you for bringing it up. I would want to have it this year, and I will diversify it. I will bring in teams from Nima, Bon County. I'm trying to talk to teams from different counties already. And then I will get up the Trojan, and then you will get to know. You're getting to know anyway. Thank you very much.
I mean, I'll
It was nice having you, Bill Nuri, former Liberian International. He also ran to be vice president
of the Liberia Football Association. Judges, your patent comment as we leave of you.
We're going back to Georges again?
No.
You went to
Judges. Judges.
Spending money right now. You will talk too much.
My man, you just stop. Okay, I want to say a big thank you guys for having me, and it's a pleasure. It's always is. I want to ask everybody out there listening to us, football could be one other way to develop Liberia easily, because now the game is, wasting a lot of money. If you go to Senegal today, you see Demba Ba, something about him, Sadio Mane, Papi Cissé. We still so dedicated be a factory, So I hope this can be another wake up call, because I've always seen the national government or other entity that can help to support this. Let's make Liberia a happy place. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Jeremiah Malcolm Oswa.
So I think it has been a very rewarding discussion here with our panelists, Ethan Weah, Bill Nuri, Tikla Wesley, and our prime guest, Sekou DeGeorges Modiba, former Liberian International, and also President, CEO, coach of Ria Munja. The man one has out of the job with Ria Munja. Probably have to send some over to Trojan and myself. But I think it was a great show. We are taking our weekend leave, and we will be back on Monday. By that time, you'll be calling me Mr. Christopher Walker.
Okay, so folks, that's how I would like to wrap it up this evening. I want to say a big thank you to all of you who've followed us from Monday straight up to today. The show takes us a weekend break. And of course, you can be assured that we're growing this show for you. Beginning time soon, you will have a group of panelists, either former players or administrators. They're going to be on this show, and we're going to be discussing generally sports in Liberia. It will come on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, Chris has been here tonight. Our other teammate is Ben Gakba, who unfortunately can't be here tonight because he went for a burial, and our sympathy to him over the loss of his grandmother. And so that's how I would like to wrap it up. Thanks to the team, Tio, behind the cameras, of course, Rufus Monba, who is the technician doing all the switching. We say thanks a lot. It has been Sports Talk on Intel Sports.